Okay, guys, so after you've come up with your technical analysis and you've determined what price action is, you want to head over to start to try to strategize or rather look for an entry. So there are a few ways to tackle the market. Of course, we all know we have day trading, we have swing trading, and we have scalping. So I'm going to take this chart and show you how you can take advantage of each opportunity with scalping, day trading, and swing trading. So here on this 8-hour time frame, if you plan on swing trading, this means that you're hoping to hold a trade um, for a few days or overnight or over the weekend or maybe a few weeks even. A swing trade could last for months. So if you have the patience for that and you have a really busy schedule, then I suggest you start looking into swing trading and getting more comfortable with holding your trades. I would suggest that you start on a demo account until you feel more comfortable. Have I swing traded US 30? Of course, I love swing trading US 30. But while I'm swing trading, I also day trade and occasionally scalp. I'm going to show you how to combine all three of these strategies all together. But first, I'm going to tackle them individually. So here on this 8-hour time frame, first thing I want you to do is understand price action here. So if you look at this price action, price is in a downtrend. How can I determine that price is in a downtrend? Well, guys, price is making lower highs and lower lows. Remember that structure. Structure will always tell you which direction the market is going in. Lower highs, lower lows. If you need a little assistance with structure, guys, head over to this little candlestick on TradingView and click the line. This will show you that these lows continuously get lower. The highs also get lower as well. When you see price go above a particular high, it's a liquidity grab and the market is continuing back down. Now, this is a downtrend until the market shows you otherwise. This means that the market will start to create a series of higher highs, higher lows. Sometimes this is just for the moment to get to a particular area of liquidity and then a continuation down. I'll show you this example in a few moments. So the market is already moving. The last thing you want to do is try to force your way into an entry because what could happen is price could turn around and reverse on you, right? So I love identifying previous highs as well as imbalance. So the first thing I'm going to do is identify previous highs. We have a high right here because this is all targets for liquidity, right? As you can see, this high here was already tackled. And then I see some imbalance. First, I'm going to just identify this as a little OB. And then we have some imbalance in here. Now, just because there's imbalance in this area doesn't mean that price may want to come back to as far as that zone at that time. So we have to just be mindful of that. So where did price most recently reject from? We see we have this rejection here. Price starts to climb down. What happened that made price reject? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus more so on where price kind of gave us a rejection from, and I'm going to continue from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and extend this out. And as you can see, price came into this little zone here and it respected it, right? So the target, the reason why price climbed back up, right, and this downtrend, the reason why price did climb back up is to take out these highs here and here. After taking out this highs, it looks like we got this little doji candle. Then we started to get a low, right? We got this low, we broke structure. Price came up for a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So definitely continuing structure, right? So I'm just going to leave that right there. And then from that little doji candle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend that out. And I'm going to just do away with the highs right at this moment because I really want to focus on this area. Price respected this area, and I want to see if we have a shot at coming back up to this zone. We can also note that there are multiple rejections in this zone. Maybe this zone is a supply zone, right? So if I can get in this trade here at the supply zone, maybe I'd want to target this low. Now, before I enter this trade, you know, the smart thing to do is to calculate your risk to reward before you even enter this trade. Depending on your account size, right? I want to maybe keep the high right above here and target here. The minimal for me is a 3-2-1. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to wait for price to come back into this zone. I'm going to set an alert right here, and then I'm going to enter. Now, this little tool is really nice, right? Because I can go into the settings and I can put my actual account size in here and the lot size that I'm going to use. So if I have a $1,000 account size, I'm not going to go too heavy with the risk. I'm maybe going to go at a 0.5. I'm only going to risk 1%. And let's see what we get here. Okay, so it says that this is a 3-1. Let me adjust this. Let me adjust my risk here. Okay, so my risk to reward. Okay, what's my risk? My risk is there, and my reward is okay. Okay, perfect, guys. So this is what it says. That risk is a little bit too high for me. It says that the stop loss will be 284 points. I don't really want to risk that much on a $1,000 account, but my reward would definitely be 878 points, which would bring me around $1,000, right? Which is nice. I double my account with this size. However, I think that risk is a little bit too high. So maybe we'd go down on a lot size to 0.2. And let's see what we get here at 0.2. Okay, guys, so there's definitely a section on risk management. Don't worry too much about that. We're going to cover that. But in this case, guys, we want to allow the market to move. We're not interested in this participating in this movement until price comes back up into this area. We have a stop loss right above here, and we're going to see how long it took to actually play out. Okay, we would have been alerted because price has hit the zone, beep, 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 beep. And then the stop loss is right above here, and then the stop loss is right above there. Take profit right down here, targeting this low, and let's see how long it would take us to hit TP. Perfect. So let's see how long that took. From here to here. Okay, guys, it says that this trade would have taken 7 days. So it looks like it hit for 900 points, and it would have taken 7 days to get here. Now, depending on your broker, if you got in at a 0.01, and let's just say your broker gave you $1 for each point, then you would have doubled your $1,000 account size, right? Just trading really, really, like really minimum risk. And if you went at a smaller risk than that, like if they would allow you to. See, US mini is a little bit different. So, you know, they also have US 30 mini as well. And you could have potentially doubled your account size, kept the risk to a minimum. This would have taken 7 days. Now, this is what it's like to swing trade. 7 days. If you feel like you have the ability to wait 7 days, then this is awesome, right? So next we're going to go into day trading and what that's like. Day trading. Day trading is when you kind of just want to see what opportunity you can take for the day. This could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The beauty about trading US 30 is that you really don't have to stay too long if you don't want to, because you get paid a lot more than currency pairs. So I'm going to leave the same layout here. But I'm going to go down to the smaller time frame because this is where we like to get our day trade entries. For me, I like to look at the 1 hour time frame. So if we were back here in this area and we were waiting for price to come back in this zone, we go down a little bit more for our entry. Let's move that over. Because we know that this is a downtrend, we want to really target a low, the same as on that 8-hour time frame. We want to target a low. And we want to get an entry. So as price is climbing into this zone, somewhere along here is our entry. Let's take a look at the 5-minute time frame. Okay, here we are on that 5-minute time frame. Do I like the 5-minute time frame for entries? Absolutely. I like the 5-minute time frame. If you're okay with waiting on the 1 hour time 15-minute, that's fine as well. So here on this 5-minute time frame, we see that price came in and climbed up. It's continued to make higher highs, higher lows, right? But eventually something happened. The market shifted. We see here that we broke this low. Price created a lower low. Price comes up, respects this area right here. Here is a beautiful entry. Now, this is where the scalpers come in. Because if you can get an entry like this, you can scalp it to the nearest low, just like that. And let's see how many points that could give you. That's about 34 points, right? If you're a scalper, this is perfect for you. You don't have to wait that long. Let's see how long it took to reach this area to this low. 20 minutes. Wonderful, guys. But if you're a day trader, you're going to stay in a little bit longer. Maybe you'll target a lower low, such as this one here. So first, let's measure that. Okay. And this is about 100 points. Now, if you're a day trader, I feel like 100 points a day with US 30 is perfect. Perfect, perfect, wonderful, wonderful. 100 points a day is wonderful. Let's see how long it would have taken to get from this zone down here. Okay, that's about 2 hours and 30 minutes. Perfect, 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 perfect. Now, you can continue to hold the trade and go for new lows, but normally for a day trader at the end of the trading day, which for US 30 is around like 4-ish, you want to kind of close out your trades because you're day trading. And when you're scalping, you may go for that first initial 34 points, but you may come back in again at a retest. And you normally find your retest somewhere around the later morning or the afternoon, such as here. It's a little choppy, but we break a low, we come back and we retest this area here. And then you can yet again target a low, right? Let's see here. We have another area. This looks like we go into the next day. Price comes back up, retests this area, and it continues to target lows, right? So here's that Asia session. This is why most day traders close out the trades, because we get like Asia session, and then the next day price may want to retrace a little bit higher, such as here, and it continues on. You day trade, you target the nearest low in a downtrend market, such as this, and if you're scalping, you target the most, the closest low, like for 30 points or 50 points, and maybe you might go for 2 trades for the day. As a day trader, you're holding the trades for a couple of hours, and if you are swing trading, you're getting your entries on a smaller time frame, but you're targeting lows on this higher time frame, like the 8-hour, or in my case, right now I'm targeting this daily OB right here. I did have to backtest just a little bit to show you guys where we are with things, but right, let's just say I got this entry right up here on this 8-hour time frame. I'm going to show you guys where we are right now. And it does take discipline, and it doesn't mean that I'm swing trading but not taking advantage of day trading opportunities or scalping. It just means that I know what I'm doing on each level, right? So here's this daily time frame area of interest for me that I'm been watching for a while, right? And I just want to show you guys how close we are to this zone. And that's where we are right at this moment, guys. Right? Look how beautiful that is. to get a nice entry and then actually have the patience to wait for something like this to play out. Let's see how many points this is. Even if you had a really baby account at a 0.01 on a mini, this is 1,800 points. So this is amazing profit. The risk was very minimal, even with certain pushbacks. Very low risk, guys, but these are the different ways to definitely tackle US30. We're going to go more into depth of each one. If you just click the next video, I think we get into swing trading.